At 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin at 10 with a weather watch alert. Connecticut is under a winter storm warning tonight. Here's a live look at the radar across the state from our Weather Watch Center. Snow filling in all over.
And here's a live look around the state of Connecticut tonight as some parts of the state are seeing their first significant snowfall. And we're almost in March. Looking at the conditions in Litchfield, along with Hartford, New Haven, and Mohegan Sun down in Uncasville. Good evening, I'm Ben Goldman.
And I'm Jen Bernstein. Thank you so much for joining us. The snow is coming down across Connecticut. Many schools and businesses already announcing closures for tomorrow. Some parts of the state could even see nearly a foot of snow.
Yeah, we've got those closures scrolling right now at the bottom of your screen tonight. We do have live team coverage of tonight's winter storm. Gabby Molina outside on the Fox 61 storm tracker checking out conditions. She'll be in Litchfield. DeAndrea Turner will be in Hartford with how the greater Hartford area is getting ready for all this winter weather.
But we do want to start with meteorologist Ryan Breton for a look at what we can expect from this storm. And Ryan, you just saw from the pictures there that Litchfield, it's already dumping.
Ben and Jen, already some reports of nearly an inch of snow just in an hour in parts of western Connecticut. All of the state under a winter storm warning tonight into the day tomorrow. And here is the radar. The snow really filling in the last hour to an hour and a half. Steady snow in central and western Connecticut, and the snow really just getting underway in eastern parts of the state. You can see the visibilities still 3 miles in Groton, so not quite heavy snow there yet, but you get into western Connecticut, Oxford, Monroe, Danbury, half-mile visibility, Bridgeport, New Haven too. That's a sign of the snow picking up. It's also dropping the temperatures down to 28 in Waterbury and Torrington. Hartford just dropped from 34 to 31, and along the shoreline we are dropping to freezing as well. So as the snow picks up in intensity, it will help cool the air as well. Radar showing just about all of us now into the snow, but there are some bands of steadier and even heavier snow in western Connecticut around Danbury. Probably about 1 inch per hour snowfall rates falling in this area too. Look at the bigger picture. It is a big storm. There have actually been some reports of thunder snow already in spots to our west, so it's not out of the question you hear the rumble of thunder during the night tonight. We are in the thick of it now through about 6 o'clock in the morning. We'll have snow falling at times up to around or just over an inch per hour. That's tough for road crews to keep up with, and with the dropping temperatures, the roads will become snow covered. After about 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, though, the snow will lighten up. We'll have periods of snow through the day tomorrow, which really won't accumulate in southern Connecticut, but there could be some minor accumulation even into tomorrow afternoon in northern parts of the state. Expecting a widespread 4 to 8 inches from the shoreline inland. The jackpot likely to be the hills to the west and north of Hartford and Waterbury. Much more on this storm, and there is another one later in the week, believe it or not. Believe it or not, I'll be back to talk about it all coming up.
All right, let's talk about the jackpot. The Litchfield Hills likely seeing the most snow from this winter storm. As Ryan was just saying, the area has been getting ready all day for at least a half a foot of snow. Our Gabby Molina joins us live in Litchfield right now outside of the Fox 61 storm tracker. So Gabby, we can see that it's snowing quite heavily. How you doing?
Hey Jen, I'm pretty cold, but it is happening. It is finally happening. I know a lot of people have been waiting for the snow, and here in Litchfield, it is coming down right now. So we do have our trusty Fox 61 storm tracker, but because we haven't seen too much snow, I figured let me hop out and give you guys a look at what it looks like out here, because again, it is falling pretty significantly here. So we have, I don't know how much, I can't guess, but a pretty good amount of snow here in Litchfield. Not too much, more than a coating for sure. And I've only been standing out here for a few minutes, and you can see like on my jacket and my hat that I'm already pretty covered in snow. Now, a lot of our focus today has been kind of keeping an eye on the roads. And if you take a look behind me at this intersection here, this is a pretty busy road here in Litchfield, and you can see that it is covered in snow. That being said, crews were out all day kind of pre-treating the roads, getting ready, and the people up here in Litchfield County, again, have been waiting for a snowstorm like this. All over Connecticut, many people have been asking themselves a similar question.
It's definitely like, where's all the snow, right?
Especially up in Litchfield County, where it's typically a much busier winter.
It's about time we got some winter weather.
It's definitely a shock. Well, we've been waiting for it here for a long time. Here in Burlington, we always get a couple inches more than the rest of the towns.
With the first significant snowfall of the year finally headed their way, preparations were underway Monday evening.
I'm getting sand and fuel and should be good to go.
On the roads, crews tried to get ahead of the storm by pre-treating. And the Department of Transportation says everything is in place for when the snow starts to fall.
We do have around 920 drivers ready to go with a little over 600 vehicles that will be out in full force, 100% mobilized.
In the Northwest Hills, which could see more snow fall for longer than the rest of the state, that could be an all-night and day effort.
A lot of these guys have to be out every 4 inches. When I was doing it, we would go out usually at the end of the storm.
RJ Ford of Litchfield did commercial plowing for 30 years. He says the best thing people can do for people plowing is to give them space.
It's a thankless job. I give these guys a lot of credit. People got to give them room. You know, these guys get tired, they're trying to hustle. You know, you got to give them space. Otherwise, you know, you get hit.
The DOT says it hopes the timing of this storm, with the bulk of the snow falling overnight, will help them out in that regard.
The fewer people on the roadways, the easier it is for our plows to go out and clear the roadways and do their runs. Now, I did try reaching out to different departments of public works throughout Litchfield County, and a lot of the workers had gone home early to try to get some much needed rest before a very long night and day tomorrow here in Litchfield County. Again, the snow's still falling. It is pretty cold out here, so I think we're going to hop back in the storm tracker, and then we'll check back in with you guys in about 30 minutes to give you a closer look at the conditions on the roads. For now, live in Litchfield, Gabby Molina, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Gabby, thanks so much for showing us. Go get warm. Appreciate it. All right, if you live somewhere that's going to see the most snow, we have some tips for shoveling safely around propane tanks. Superior Energy says that you should shovel a path to a tank to help delivery crews reach a tank. You should also be careful using a snowblower or a plow near a tank, and never use a shovel to remove snow on a tank or a vent. All right, while it may not snow as much in the Hartford area, the capital city is still bracing for a messy overnight and morning tomorrow.
With a very mild winter without much snow, it's a moment that many have been waiting for this winter. Fox 61's DeAndrea Turner joining us live in Hartford, continuing our team coverage with more on how the capital region prepared for this storm tonight. DeAndrea.
Well, you know, like the people Gabby talked to, so many people have been asking, where is this winter weather? They've been praying for it, hoping for it, asking for it. Well, now it's here. Now, if you're from Hartford or you lived here for a while, then you know that this blue light blinking means that winter is here, snow is here, and it's time to get ready. And now all the people that I spoke with today says it's about time, and they're just so happy that it's snowing.
I'm excited because it's my first snow.
Sound the alarm. The winter snowstorm people have been waiting for is upon us.
I'm kind of upset we haven't had as many. I do love the snow.
4 to 8 inches of snow is possible across the state, and people are prepared. The weekly grocery store run looked a little bit different for Anthony Lewis because of the snow day.
A lot of limited stock in there. Not a lot of produce. So yeah, I think it's because of the weather. A lot of people are stocking up.
Snow-covered roads are expected to make a slow commute on Tuesday morning. So many cities like Hartford have issued a parking ban.
You can keep your car in the blue light lots till 8 p.m. tomorrow. You got to be out of the school lots by 3 p.m. tomorrow.
This also means no school for students. What's your favorite part about the snow?
Probably that I get days off and I get to play in it.
Well, she is lucky she gets to play in this tomorrow, and many schools are out. All of Hartford City schools are out because of this snow that's coming down, but also because many Hartford schools, they use those lots for cars like the ones that were here earlier today to use and be there because people need to shovel this road. And now for those cars who were on those lots, they have to get out by 3 p.m. tomorrow, but for every other lot, you have to get out by 8 p.m. We'll have more coming up for you at 10:30. For now in Hartford, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Go get warm, DeAndrea. Thank you. Be sure to download the free Fox 61 News app. Is a great resource for weather forecasts, school closings, live radar, and a lot more to help you out during this winter storm. All right, we're following some breaking news here tonight out of Israel, where a West Hartford man was killed in a shooting.
Yeah, this happened in the West Bank earlier today. Fox 61's Sarah Sanchez joins us in the Breaking News Center with what we've learned tonight. Sarah.
Well, Ben and Jen, the U.S. ambassador to Israel has confirmed an American citizen was killed in the attack. We've now learned that he's from Connecticut. The Jewish Federation of Greater Hartford says he was 27-year-old Ilan Ganeles. In a statement, the group says he grew up in West Hartford and was an Israel to go to a wedding. He was driving when 2 Palestinian men shot at his car. They fired again before lighting their own vehicle on fire and then driving off. Ganelis was rushed to a hospital where he died from his injuries. Over the weekend, 2 Israelis were killed by a Palestinian gunman in the northern West Bank as well. Now, in a statement, the Jewish Federation of North America says, quote, Ilan's love for the Jewish people and Israel led him to volunteer in his local community and to serve in the IDF. A recent college graduate, Ilan had a bright future ahead of him. Our hearts go out to his family and to the rest of the Hartford community. And it also says, and we cry together with them. May Ilan's memory be a blessing, end quote. This is similar to another killing involving someone with ties to West Hartford in Israel. That was back in 1996. 25-year-old Matthew Einsfeld and 22-year-old Sarah Duker were 2 of 26 people killed in a bus bombing in Jerusalem. An Iranian suicide bomber was responsible for that attack. We'll continue to bring you updates about this latest killing as soon as we learn more. In the Breaking News Center, Sarah Sanchez, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Sad story tonight, Sarah. Thank you. Also following new details tonight after a Hartford man was killed in an officer-involved shooting right near the MGM Casino up in Springfield. We know that it happened around 2 o'clock Saturday morning. Police say 48-year-old William Tisdall was acting aggressively and possibly armed. Officers found Tisdall between Main and Union Street, and when police chased after him, a shootout began between officers and Tisdall. It's unclear at this point who fired first. Tisdall was shot and taken to the hospital where he later died. Police are reviewing body camera footage and also talking with witnesses.
New at 10, a South Carolina man will spend 8 years in federal prison for trafficking guns into Connecticut. The U.S. Attorney for Connecticut says 42-year-old Marquis Pollard pleaded guilty to 2 counts of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Investigators found that Pollard paid 2 other people to buy at least 17 guns for him in South Carolina. Pollard is also accused of selling the guns in Connecticut. 2 guns were recovered from the scenes of shootings in New Haven and Hampton.
We have much more coming up here on the news at 10 tonight.